When my mother-in-law tried to claim control over my bank account, I broke my silence. A calm but firm declaration changed the entire atmosphere of our home, and for the first time, my husband understood that my hard work, my boundaries, and my dignity were not up for negotiation. At 6:14 a.m., Denise Harper stood barefoot in her kitchen in Cary, North Carolina, pressing the lid onto a glass container filled with overnight oats she had soaked the night before. The refrigerator hummed softly. The coffee maker clicked off at 6:15. A thin line of sunlight stretched across the granite counter and stopped at her phone. The screen lit up. Diane calling. Denise wiped her hands on a dish towel and answered. Her mother-in-law's voice was clear and direct. "I need the login information for your savings account. Cal said you're the primary." "That's not practical." The cabinet door above Denise's head remained open. Inside, 3 cereal boxes leaned forward. On the counter sat a folder labeled 2024 taxes. A sticky note in the corner read, $18,600, emergency fund. Denise did not close the cabinet. "I'll be there at 10, Diane said. "We need to straighten this out." The call ended at 6:17. The coffee mug remained untouched. Before we continue, if this story is pulling you in, like and subscribe. But only if you truly want to. In the comments, tell me where you're listening from and what time it is there. Every comment is read. Now let's go back 11 months. To the first time Diane mentioned money. The house on Briarwood Court is 2,180 square feet. 2 stories. Beige siding. A red front door that sticks when humidity rises above 70%. Denise works as a senior project manager at a regional construction firm on Weston Parkway. Last year she earned $112,000. Her direct deposit arrives on the 1st and 15th of every month. $3,240 after taxes each time. Kyle Harper works part-time at an outdoor supply store. 24 hours a week. His paychecks vary. $684, $712, once $745 during holiday overtime. On August 12 at 7:42 p.m., Diane sat at the dining table stirring a spoon in a glass of iced tea. "In our family, the husband handles the finances," she said. "It keeps things clean." Denise placed a casserole dish on the table. Steam rose from the center. Kyle looked down at his plate. 3 framed photos hung on the wall. Wedding, June 3, 2017. Mortgage closing, September 18, 2018. Lake trip, July 4, 2022. On November 3, Diane tapped the thermostat in the hallway. 71. That's wasteful. On December 21, she picked up a bank statement left on the counter. Balance, $46,230.17. "That's too much money just sitting there," Diane said. "Kyle could invest it better." Kyle said nothing. He folded the statement once and set it down. On February 14 at 8:05 p.m., Diane's voice carried from the living room. "A marriage doesn't have separate accounts." The dishwasher beeped. Denise dried her hands on a gray towel. The hallway light flickered once, then steadied. The turning point came on March 2 at 3:26 p.m. Denise was upstairs in her office reviewing a subcontractor invoice for $18,940 when her phone buzzed with a fraud alert from the bank. New device login attempt. Location, Raleigh, North Carolina. 3:24 p.m. Denise tapped deny. At 3:28 another alert. At 3:31 a third. She walked downstairs. The front door was unlocked. A silver Lexus sat in the driveway, license plate ending in 427. In the kitchen, Diane stood near the counter. Denise's laptop was open. The bank login page filled the screen. "I was trying to help," Diane said. "Kyle shouldn't have to ask permission in his own household." Denise closed the laptop. The click echoed against the tile. On March 3 at 9:12 a.m., Denise sat in an attorney's office on Maynard Road. The room smelled faintly of paper and lemon cleaner. A folder slid across the desk. "Joint liability," the attorney said. "If funds are transferred without authorization, it becomes actionable." Denise nodded once. A second document followed. An email from Kyle, sent February 28 at 11:09 p.m. "Mom, she won't push back. She never does." Denise placed both pages into her briefcase. Champion elder came in the form of Margaret Ellis, 74, Denise's former supervisor who retired in 2021 after 38 years in construction management. You keep records, Margaret said over coffee at 10:40 a.m. Use them. Denise's hand rested flat on the table. A ring from the coffee cup marked the wood. Pause here. Has anyone ever tried to claim control over what you earned? Write it in the comments. On April 10th, Kyle hosted a family strategy dinner. 14 guests. The dining table extended with 2 extra leaves. White candles lit at 6:58 p.m. Kyle stood at the head of the table. In this house we operate as one unit, he said. No silos. Diane sat to his right. Light from a crystal salad bowl reflected on the wall. At 7:14 p.m., Denise stood. She placed 3 documents on the table. Fraud alerts, 324, 328, 331. Email, she won't push back. Attorney letter dated March 5th. Unauthorized access will result in immediate separation of assets and legal action. 10 seconds passed. Kyle reached for the papers. Denise moved them back. This account was opened June 12, 2015, she said. 5 years before our wedding. A fork tapped against a plate. Diane's glass trembled slightly in her hand. I will not share login credentials, Denise said. And if access is attempted again, this marriage becomes a legal matter. The room shifted. 2 cousins exchanged glances. An uncle cleared his throat. By 7:28 p.m. 4 guests had left the table. Kyle sat down. On May 1st, Denise transferred $46,230.17 into a protected trust account under her sole ownership. On May 12th, she refinanced the mortgage in her name alone at a fixed rate of 3.8%. Kyle's name remained on the mailbox but not on the deed. After June 3rd, Diane stopped visiting. On July 4th at 8:03 p.m., Denise sat on the back porch. Fireworks burst overhead. Her laptop rested on the table beside her. A new project proposal glowed on the screen, $2.4 million. Inside, the thermostat read 71. The next morning at 6:14 the coffee maker clicked on again. The cabinet door stayed closed. Thank you for staying until the end. If this story meant something to you, like and subscribe. In the comments tell me where you're listening from, and what time it is there.